Hey, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 20 Ultimate Team Road to Glory, episode number 159. It is Sunday. It's our Sunday episode. Please feel free to just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Today's episode is mostly going to be weekend league gameplay. I need to get through that little middle section, if you know what I mean, because we're only 3-0 at the moment, and of course it is Sunday, so we need to like step on it a little bit and get there. If you do enjoy, do me a favor on this Sunday and hit me with a thumbs up. It would be amazing if you could show your support. Let's go for 2,000 likes. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Click the notification bell. Let me know in the comment section that you're a member of the Noti gang. So you can see where we're at in terms of our players. Like, you know, we've given Dan James a few games. We've given Ducore a few games. Ben Yedder as well, our latest signing, has played his first few games for the club and has scored a few goals and assisted a few goals. So seems like a perfect little striker for this game. So far, so good for him. So, of course, it's time to head on in to FUT Champions, knowing that we are 3-0. So this little session was played on Saturday afternoon, and I could see Twitter on my other monitor, and I could see the updates from my football team, see how Ipswich Town were getting on, see them scoring 1, 2, 3, 4 goals to beat Burton 4-1. That was pretty good. Any fellow Town fans out there, let me know in the comment section, because I'll drop you a little heart, of course. But yeah, we come up against what looks to be a not the greatest of squads, if I'm honest, and this game was what I felt the definition of getting rigged. It was. I genuinely thought that I was getting rigged in this game, because like this De Gea was on something. He was stopping absolutely everything. I get that a lot of the shots that I'm taking here aren't really goal scoring opportunity shots. They're a little bit sort of hit and hope, but there were a few which I think would normally go in. So I'm absolutely peppering this guy's goal. He's had literally nothing, and then he has one counter-attack and scores with Aubameyang, and I'm just like, okay, you've got to keep your cool, Tom, because otherwise this is going to go bad. So we get through with Neymar there, hit the inside of the post. I'm like, alright, fine. I know what's going on here. It's one of those games, which you have a few of them every single week. But again, we make the tackle, but Dan James somehow keeps the ball, makes it 2-0 before half-time, and he literally had 2 shots, 2 goals, and I'd had 10 shots, 7 on target, and not scored a single thing. So I thought, okay, well, we're going to lose our first game of the day, and it's going to be so bad for our overall like headspace and motivational levels of playing the weekend league. But we get 1 goal back, and it's Ben Yedder that scores it. We push through with Bernardo Silva, who is my substitute that has come on, as well as Atal, and we hit the bar with him. We crack the bar with Bernardo. Not good. And then Ben Yedder knocks a lovely ball through to Neymar, and I'm able to just ball roll it and then finesse it past the goalkeeper. 72 minutes has taken me to get level with this guy again, and I knew that I could win this. I just knew that I deserved the win so much, and of course we bring on Ryan Kent to make that happen. He scores the 3rd goal. He actually gets through again in a moment to score what is going to be the 4th and final goal, as I think this guy knew he was a little bit fortunate, because when we go 4-2 up here, he does pause, he does quit, and we are going to get ourselves a victory to go 4-0. That was a close one, alright? I had to really sit there and concentrate. I don't know whether it was like first game of the day nerves or rustiness or whatever, but yeah. So I was, I come out of that game, obviously quite happy that we turned the game around, but also a little bit on edge. Is the rest of the session going to be like this? Because that's you know, it can be quite stressful, can't it? So yeah, thanks to Ryan Kent, we come away with a victory there. Then we come up against this really, really nice looking squad. Such a lovely team, and I'm hoping that we can do something against it, and that he's not a great player, because otherwise we could be taking our first L here in the weekend league. So 0-0, we go 1-0 up, and it is do you know what? I nearly always call him Kingsley Coman in my head. Ronald Koeman sticks us 1-0 up from a header from a corner. And then, well, we try and defend this with Mendy, but hey, we drop it right down to Olmo. Is it a Future Stars card, or I think it is? Yeah, Danny Olmo, I'm pretty sure is the name. And he sticks it in, and he equalises. However, you know, just like we just basically rebounded out to give my opponent a free goal, the post does that for me to put me 2-1 up. You know, carrying on in this game, we get another opportunity with Neymar. Doesn't quite go in the back of the net, but it was from distance, so we don't always expect that one to go in. But as you can see at half-time, I'd had the lion's share of possession, and things were, I would say, looking good, and I was deservedly 2-1 up at this point. I then get gifted a penalty. Tonali takes me down into the box. I do my classic Koeman step up by making it look like I'm going that way, trying to aim it as if I'm going in the top corner, and then, you know, sticking it down the middle, making it a green timed one, and it goes in the back of the net. But right towards the end of the game, my opponent did, you know, he got one header from a corner in from Chris Smalling. He tried to get back in this game, but I was having none of it. And as you can see there, in the end, quite a close game in terms of like shots on goal and stuff. But I held 60% possession that game with a 90% pass accuracy like rating. We really did deserve that one. So we've come out of there. That's our second 5-0, or should I just say 5-0 2 weeks running. And then we come up against this. Neymar and Mbappe, we know it's going to be tough. He's also got Red Decore and Van der Sar. Wait, has this guy got my team? It's not quite as good as mine, but there are some very OP players there that we need to be careful of. He's also got the Golden Goat, which is not something you can acquire if you are someone like me that just goes to 14 wins every week. You can't acquire that for another week or two, I think. A couple of weeks at least. So this guy obviously pushes past Gold 3, which doesn't necessarily mean much. It just means that he likes to carry on. We all know that I don't find much use in carrying on in the weekend league, so we don't. You know, it's a bit too stressful for me. So we go 1-0 down, sloppy defending from myself, but hey, we run straight down the other end and we get the equaliser. It is that man again. His agility and stuff and his turning circle is really good. He's like a little Aguero, but faster, and also has the 5-star weak foot. So that's how I would describe Ben Yedder on this game. A super agile, great dribbling player that isn't like super quick, but is so deadly with that shot and has the 5-star weak foot as well. So quite an important player for the team this weekend. He's proving to be anyway. And then we end up getting our third goal there. I mean, it was a little bit sloppy the way that it came about. But hey, it's that man again getting his hat-trick before the hour mark. And then look at this. Oh, Tom, what are you doing, mate? I don't know why, but I like to drop the ball into my keeper's feet and then pass it out, because a lot of the time my opponents aren't expecting it. Turns out this guy was expecting it, and I was basically throwing this lead away. But we get through again and score yet another goal with Ben Yedder. And to be fair, I felt a bit bad for Ben Yedder here, because I instantly subbed him off for Kent afterwards. Even though he'd scored 4 goals in my game, he gets quite tired. So yeah, we like to bring Kent on for that super sub factor, even towards the end of a game where we're winning. So yeah, that's going to be our 6th win. We've gone 6-0 and we push on to try and make that 7. It's going to be tough against a full special item team. That's a really nice squad. This guy might be more of an SBC merchant than I am, to be honest, because he's got loads of them. He's got, I mean, it's a Prem team, but it's a full special Prem team with that icon Gerrard in there. A really nice squad, to be fair, and a solid player to come up against. I definitely didn't find this the easiest match in the world. We did go 1-0 up, and we get through with Mbappe right here. Should be scoring that, I think. Maybe, just maybe, I should be playing like Bernardo Silva or something. Then I've got a left-footed player that's going to take that shot, and it's on his strong foot rather than the weak foot of Mbappe. Maybe that goes in. I'm not sure. But he equalises on me, and it's 1-1 at half-time. He's only had 1 shot in the entire half because we were doing quite well defensively. But still, we conceded, and you know that levels the game out. But look at that. That's just some great composure. Some really nice touches on the ball there, which meant that the defenders didn't catch me up. And we go 2-1 up in this game. Mane then knocks it to his super sub, Ryan Kent, and to his next super sub. Oh, wait, no, he started, didn't he, with Adama? I'm pretty sure anyway. But anyway, Adama scores for him, makes it 2-2. We run through again here. Neymar just sort of composes himself, holds off a little bit, waited until I could see what that keeper was going to do, and then we just went with the near post OP and got 3-2 up. But once again, things are bobbling around all over the place, and he hits me with a nice turn with Adama and makes it 3-all. And I'm like, dude, I think I deserve this win. I really deserve it. Let's just give it to me. So eventually, we score the 4th goal there with Neymar. Basically, it was kickoff, 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 kickoff for the last few goals, and he quit at that point. So I guess he think he realised that, you know, I deserve that win. What does it look like on the stats, though? I mean, I'd have twice the amount of shots he's had, but, you know, possession-wise and pass accuracy-wise, we were very level for that entire game. So I guess you could say 4-3 is somewhat of a fair result. And then we come up against this one. So that's 7-0, guys. Now we come up against Son, Neymar, Mbappe, Ousmane Dembele, Varane. We've got all sorts of good players in there. But then, like a regular Joe Gomez and stuff. So I didn't know what to make of this guy's team. He's obviously put all of his coins into his main attackers. And when I conceded that, I was a little bit annoyed. Because I don't think Mbappe should be out-heading my two class centre-backs in that situation. And then I'm not going to lie, I pretty much struggled the entire half. Couldn't really make anything happen. And he does get through, hits me on the counter and goes 2-0 up. Then at half time, I was like, you know what? This is done. This game's done. I ended up just rage quitting and moving on because, hey, you know what? It's better than getting in a really, really bad mindset. So we then come up against this, which is not great because that's a solid team. That's a really nice team. You know, we've got Player of the Month Ben Yedder, so a better one than mine. We've got 4 icons in there, some really nice ones as well, and just a genuinely meta squad. And he hits me with that literally 2 minutes in when I'd have kickoff. I was like, oh god, this one's chalked as well. This is not gonna end well. And his Ben Yedder was a little bit too much for me to handle. He was making it all happen. He knocks it through to Neymar there to go 2-0 down in 8 minutes. You know, we've done this to my opponents, but I don't often go that far down that quickly. And then he makes it 3-0 with George Best. 21 minutes on the clock, and I'm like, yeah. Alright, no worries. We'll give up on this one as well. And hopefully get one more win. Because we've now played 9 games. We've gone from 7-0 to 7-2. And that happens typically in my weekend league. And, you know, I didn't really give it a chance to see if I could get back into those games. But I just genuinely felt that my opponents were strides above me. I would say that they were elite players. I don't know that for a fact. But I would just say they were based on how they were playing. And then we come up against another crazy team. This guy's got Cruyff, future stars, João Felix, and just genuinely a crazy, crazy squad. But we finally get a goal. It's just some awesome 1-2s there between Ben Yedder and Mbappe. And we eventually go 1-0 up against this guy. And like you can see, another tight game. I was able to hold off his Cruyff and his João Felix quite well, but it was more of a case of I couldn't really make stuff happen. His David Luiz and his Sergio Ramos, they were super aggressive, which is obviously they're known to be quite aggressive defenders. But yeah, it was a struggle to get past them. Eventually, we made it 2-0 there, and then Bernardo Silva's just going to knock this one into Neymar. Ends up being with Ben Yedder. Just past the post. We keep our 2-0 scoreline though. It does look like my opponent's about to get back in it though when he gets through and takes that powerful shot with João Felix. But a good save from Van der Sar, who has generally done a pretty good job so far this weekend. I think I rate him more than Alisson at this point, and it's clear to see that now because I haven't used Alisson for a couple of weeks. And we could use him, but I'm just choosing not to at this point in time. So there we go. We eventually come away with a 2-0 victory in that one. So our first 10 games of champs this week has put me at 8-2. And I would 8-2 my next opponent because I'm going to slap you. I'm not. No, obviously now I'm going to lose my very first game the next time I go on because of that awful punny, non-funny joke. So yeah, well, basically we played, I think, 40 or 60 games or whatever it was online during this season now. So what we've unlocked is the level 19 reward. I choose the dog badge because doggy squad. Okay, why not? We'll just go for that one. I don't think any of the badges really matter, but yeah, who doesn't like dogs, right? They are probably one of my favourite animals. Anyway, you can see how the players are doing. I haven't quite tallied up like the goals and stuff that they've got from this last session of games, but obviously you can see that Ben Yedder has got 13 goals and 6 assists in really 10 games. because I went into a squad battles beginner match just to get a render of him for a thumbnail, so that's why he's got 11 on his record. But yeah, like he's obviously doing great. He's absolutely insane. He might be the one, he might be that striker that deserves to be in the squad. If so, do we get a slightly better version of him? There's just a few days left on the Ben Yedder SBC for the player of the month. Would we, should we go in and do that? It's a question that I've been asking myself, and it's something that I am coming round more to the, I'm getting more and more, like, okay with the fact that we might do that SBC. One, because it offered out some packs, and we could get something in the rewards. We could get one of these new little frozen blue cards that look quite cool. Bruno Fernandes, by the way, how on earth? There was like a page of him up for like 550 to 600 in the first few minutes of him coming out. Then he went extinct at 600k, and then all of a sudden his price cap's 1 million, and he's kind of extinct at that again. Who are these people that are paying 1 million coins for that Bruno Fernandes? I don't know. Like, I just don't see him being worth that much. I want him because he gets a good link to Dan James. He would also get a strong link to Bernardo Silva as well, and yeah, man, I just don't get how people are paying so much for him. Is that just Man United fans? Do they just like to overpay for stuff? I'm not sure. Let me know if you know in the comment section below. Who are these people that are paying so much for Bruno Fernandes? That's going to wrap things up for the episode for today, though, guys. We've gone up from 3-0 to 8-2. So the first 10 games of the Weekend League are done. Just 6 more wins to go until we can reach our Elite 6/Gold 3 levels and enjoy the rest of our weekend. So if you have enjoyed, do me a favour, hit me with a thumbs up. That'd be awesome. Let's shoot for the stars of 2,000 likes. That'd be brilliant. Come and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The links are down below. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Most importantly, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Have a great Sunday and just chill out and relax. I know the weather in England is a little bit dodgy with Storm Dennis and stuff. So just, hunker down and just relax. Enjoy some YouTube videos and stuff. I'll catch you tomorrow with another episode. Peace.